Welcome back, brave souls, to another chapter in our journey into the cursed and haunted objects of Britain. If you thought our last exploration was unsettling, tonight we venture even deeper into the shadows, where forgotten relics hold dark secrets and bring terror to those who dare to claim them. The rain beats down outside, the storm rages on, but here by the fire we find ourselves once again face to face with three more objects that should never have been disturbed. Last time we uncovered cursed chairs, skulls, and footprints. Tonight we continue our journey with stories of a haunted doll locked away in a cave, a painting tied to tragic fires, and mysterious stone heads that brought terror to a quiet town. So settle in by the fire, but beware. As we unravel the chilling tales of these cursed artifacts, remember that some objects carry more than just memories from the past. Our first story takes us to the infamous caves of Wookey Hole, where a simple Victorian doll hides a secret so terrifying it had to be sealed away. In the dark caverns of Wookey Hole, known for its legends of witches, there sits an object of far greater terror, a Victorian doll sealed behind glass with a history so chilling that it had to be locked away. The story begins in the late 1800s, when a local woman discovered the doll in a dusty shop. It seemed harmless at first, delicate porcelain, glass eyes, but soon after bringing it home, strange things began to happen. The air would grow cold, doors would creak open on their own, and worst of all, the doll seemed to move. The woman would leave it on a shelf, only to find it staring at her from a different room when she returned. Then the accidents started. Visitors to her home would fall ill, suffer strange injuries, or be plagued by nightmares. One neighbour, after admiring the doll, died in a tragic accident just days later. Terrified, the woman tried to get rid of the doll, burying it deep in the ground. But each time it reappeared, sitting in her home, its expression darker, its glass eyes following her every move. In desperation, she took the doll to the Wookey Hole Museum, begging them to seal it away. And there it remains to this day, behind thick glass, but the curse lingers. Visitors report feeling an eerie presence when they approach the display. Some hear faint whispers echoing in the caves, others claim the doll moves just out of the corner of their eye. Paranormal investigators have studied the doll, but none have been able to explain the strange occurrences. The woman who tried to part with it died soon after. Now, the legend of the haunted doll of Wookey Hole grows with each new visitor who dares to approach. If you ever find yourself in Wookey Hole, take care not to look too closely into those glass eyes. You might find them looking back at you. The Crying Boy painting. In the 1980s, a painting of a weeping boy became infamous across Britain, but not for its beauty. Known as the Crying Boy, this painting was tied to a series of terrifying house fires. Homes burned to the ground, yet the painting hung on the walls would always remain untouched, undamaged by the flames that consumed everything around it. It started with one tragic fire. The firefighters found the home destroyed, but there, lying amidst the ashes, was the Crying Boy painting, eerily preserved. Soon, similar incidents were reported across the country, each time the same story. The painting, always untouched by the fire. It didn't take long for whispers of a curse to spread. People who owned the painting claimed strange things happened before the fires. Unexplained cold drafts, the feeling of being watched, even vivid nightmares of a young boy crying in the shadows. Many believed the painting carried a dark energy, perhaps tied to the tragic death of the boy it depicted. In fear, families started destroying their copies, hoping to escape the curse. But the mystery only grew. Paranormal investigators tried to study the painting, but no explanation could be found. Was the painting cursed, or was it merely coincidence? No one could say for sure. What is certain, however, is that those who dared to hang the Crying Boy painting often paid a heavy price. Even now people report uneasy feelings when looking at the painting, afraid that its curse might still linger. So if you ever come across this painting, be warned. The flames may spare it, but they may not spare you. The Hexham heads. In 1971, in the quiet town of Hexham, Northumberland, 2 small stone heads were discovered in the garden of a family home. They were crude, ancient-looking carvings, innocent at first glance. But the moment the heads were unearthed, strange and terrifying things began to happen. The family who found the heads were the first to experience it. Objects moved on their own, doors slammed shut with no explanation, and the air grew thick with a sense of something watching. The children claimed to see a dark figure lurking in the corners of their home, a creature that resembled a man, but not entirely human. Then came the creature sightings. Neighbours and even paranormal investigators reported seeing a terrifying figure, a half-man, half-beast, roaming the area. Some described it as a wolf-like creature standing upright and stalking the streets at night. No one could explain it, and it seemed to be drawn to the heads wherever they went. The heads were passed from one researcher to another, but the strange phenomena followed them. One paranormal expert, Dr. Anne Ross, who took the heads to study, reported waking in the middle of the night to find a dark figure standing at the foot of her bed, its eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. Even after the heads left her home, the figure returned, haunting her dreams and waking life. To this day, the origins of the Hexham heads remain a mystery. Some believe they're ancient Celtic relics tied to dark rituals. Others think they're a physical manifestation of a curse, summoning something far more dangerous than mere spirits. Whatever their origin, one thing is certain. Those who come into contact with the heads are never the same. So if you ever come across two small, crude stone carvings, think twice before picking them up. They may carry more than just history. They may carry a curse. And so we leave behind these cursed and haunted objects, each carrying a dark past, each bringing terror to those who dared to possess them. From the Eerie doll locked away in Wookey Hole, to the sinister painting that survived countless fires, and finally, the mysterious stone heads that summoned something far more dangerous than mere legend. As we close our journey tonight, remember that the objects we hold close often carry more than just memories. Some carry fear, curses, and the unexplained. Thank you for joining us on this chilling exploration into Britain's haunted past. If you're brave enough to continue, be sure to subscribe and stay with us as we uncover more stories from the shadows. Until next time, beware what you bring into your home, for you may not always know what it brings with it.